Get him, boy. Roof, roof. Hey. Yeah, yeah. Where my dogs at? Hey. Yeah. Cliff. Big red dog. Cliff. If I invest in you, would I be proud of you? Hey. Cliff. Cliff. Big red dog. Red dog. If I invest in you, would I be proud of you? Cliff. Cliff. Big red dog. Big red. Will you make me smile if I invest in you? Yo. Cliff. Cliff. Big red dog. Will you make me smile if I invest in you? I'm a big kid on the black chain. I got big plans for those who invest in me. Hey, just give me bones. Watch me go to work. I love my team. Yes, I got love my team. Hey, look at my team. Working 24/7. Hey, see all the burn, many talking, burning from circulation. Hey, economics, no mess, don't lie. Hey, as a watchdog, watch my family from their enemy. Hey, I make you do what you do. This what I do. Cliff, big red dog. Are you blessed from God? Should I invest in you? What's up at this song? Cliff. Hey, big red dog. Yeah. Where you sent from above? Are you my breakthrough? Cliff. Big red dog. New big red dog on the black chain. New kid in the black chain. Yeah. On the crypto space. With a big chain. Crypto. New big red dog. Cliff on the black chain. I got you. I'ma make you like. Oh my God. I'ma make you do the backflips. Flip like the flip mode squad. I love my crypto dogs, but I'm different and unique. I brought some new to the crypto space. Hey, this will be like new raincoat in your brain. New revolution, revelation, innovation, God's innovation. Hey, new big red dog. Cliff on the black chain. Cliff, big red dog. Are you blessed from God? Should I invest in you? Cliff, big red dog. Where you sent from above? Are you my breakthrough?
Yo, what is up, everybody? How are we doing tonight? We are on episode 2 of Cliff After Dark. Looks like we may be having some drop frames, so give me a second. Let's see what's going on with that. I see exactly what's going on with that. Give me 1 second. We're going to stop this. All right, we should be good now. Let me know what it's looking like on you guys' end. We were having some dropped frames. I had something that was choosing to download in the background without my authority. But what is up, everybody? We are on episode 2 of Cliff After Dark. I don't know if I'm gonna try to keep up with the episodes, but for right now we will. We're gonna be talking about something tonight that is, man, bullish. Bullish is not even the word. It's not even the word. So we're gonna just jump right on into this. I'm not gonna do a long drawn out hello to you guys. I really think you guys are gonna be interested to hear this. Like, we're about to get into it, man. I'm gonna jump into this chat. I'm gonna say hello to everybody, and then we're gonna explain something to you. Yo, Kakarot, what's up, brother? And Brash, my guy, what is up, brother? And we're live, fellas, and we're gonna be talking about this. Before we get into it, I wanna explain something about this amazing ecosystem that we're in. We have a bunch of different projects in this ecosystem that are so extremely bullish. We have Pochi Inu, which is, it has a pet that will have growth and decay. Right, an NFT that has growth and decay. We have Sprout that has trees that are the same exact thing with growth and decay. but they also are doing 140. They've done 140,000 trees that have been planted, and are planning for 1 million by the end of this year. We then have Nico, which is producing a hot wallet as well as a cold wallet. That will be able You'll be able to see all of your NFTs in the same wallet without having to go here and there across this chain, that chain. Extremely bullish, extremely safe, right? We have Guzzler that has an amazing racing game and is doing all these things as far as the racing sphere goes. They're just in beta, but they've done so much. They're in talks of other game modes, and just honestly going to be amazing. They've already got approval for iOS to be on phones for Apple, and Android is on the way as well. So this is going to be a handheld video game that you're going to be able to play on your phone with NFTs. Bullish. You got our main dog Cliff, the hedge fund of all hedge funds, the biggest dog of them all, whose tokenomics are unlike any other, whose burns are done unlike any other. People are trying to fork it, right? The investments they've done have brought back returns, and they have so many things they've done that are gonna provide passive income for their community. My number one, and then there's this new one that is coming out from the Yasha pad called Science DAO. And the first thing, or at least one of the very top things that they're planning is a cure for type 1 diabetes. Now, you may be saying to yourself, well, what do you mean a cure for type 1 diabetes? Like, I mean, you can live with type 1 diabetes right now, right? Yeah, you can. You'll have to use insulin. You have to produce. You have to put something into your body that your body no longer produces. But what they have done here, and I'm not the best one to explain it, so we're gonna have my man Bryce here.
NTC, I can actually speak on this.
Oh, Lord,
I know
not
quite a
right
bit
now.
about it, right?
Not right now. Not right now.
We're live streaming. We're live streaming, Cam. Pop up in dark, live streaming.
I love you, Cam, but no, not right now. Oh man, that's just so great. Yo, Ayla girl, like hello to you. But we're gonna let our man Brash speak on this as he deals in the medical field. He also deals with Doc, and he's like he knows it much better than I do. I know the bare minimum of it. I am in no way, shape, or form or fashion a medical expert, but the information and what I do understand about it seems like it's going to be something that's going to change the course of the world, right? Not only is this type 1 diabetes something that they've gotten to, but the plan is after that to go into type 2 and also possibly going into thyroids, things that they're working on along with this. And it's just so freaking, I mean, bullish is not the word, man. It's just beyond amazing that a crypto project will be able to accomplish something of this fashion, which has never been done in crypto before. Like never. You tell me a project that's done it. Tell me a project that's even close to it. If you know of one, leave a comment and let me know. I'll be glad to look into it, but I don't think you're going to find one. So I'm going to give the floor over to my man Brash. I'm going to let him explain it because I'm just bullish. I'm uneducated, okay? But I want my man Brash to explain it. This is what we're going to be talking about tonight. It might be a shorter one than normal, but I think honestly, this Science DAO deserves the full attention of tonight's Cliff After Dark. Brash, you can have it.
So, I'm a nurse, but I'm a nurse, and as in for the real technical systems discussion, that's not really my realm. But from a nursing point of view, I can go at it from that approach. Um, so just to give you an idea about the actual project and what Doc, who is involved in our chat, he's a integral member of our voice chat and community. Him and his colleagues at the University of Toledo over the last few years have developed a treatment that will um, cure type 1 diabetes in humans. They used mice, of course, for the studies, and they from the mice from the being the, when the mice were embryos, they humanized the mice with genetic code, human genetic DNA. So, so because of that, they were able to do studies on humanized mice, and with those studies, they have had 100% success rate of curing type 1 diabetes with these mice. So they truly believe that because they were humanized mice, that it will be effective in humans. It's not a pill. It's not anything like that. It's a treatment. It would probably Doc said it would maybe take, maybe 5 to 6 days worth of treatment. Within the mice, they were cured within 2 to 3 days after treatment. Of course, with humans, it may take a little longer, but with these mice, after 6 months, they were still cured. They did not, they did not become resistant to insulin. So the reason this is so incredible, of course, you can definitely know why it's incredible just by hearing cure type 1 diabetes. But type 1 diabetes um, within the population with type 1 and type 2 diabetes within the population, it's like 60% of the population is affected by with this, which is unbelievable. And if you just think about it, I'm come from a psych background, so psychiatric nurses, so a psychiatric nurse, and work with child adolescent psych, 5 to 18. And just to give you an example, we have patients that would come in that were type 1 diabetics, and they were young, right? So, this affects people at different ages, but a lot of times, 3, 4 years old, they're diagnosed. At that point in time, they have to receive insulin on a daily basis. Their diet has to be monitored strictly. They can't really they can be children, but they can't enjoy the things that children sometimes are able to enjoy without having to correct their blood sugars through insulin. So we got Dan on here who likes Mackers, which is McDonald's. And
Love me, Mathis.
if you're not monitoring your insulin properly, or a kid possibly maybe he goes to school or whatever, and he's already taken his insulin, and then he like gets in an extra meal, right? He gets in an extra meal, right? He eats Mackers. Well, the problem is that when that happens, these kids' insulin levels are going from 30, which is really low. I mean blood glucose levels, excuse me, are going from 30, which is really really low, which is bad, and then they'll jump all the way up to 400, which is also extremely bad. You're trying to get it, in the 100 range, 120, something like that, 100, somewhere around that 140. That when that happens, it is destroying their organs, and they don't even realize it because they're kids. And sometimes they'll have a pump, and when they have that pump, these kids are like actually, um, monitoring their pump and giving themselves insulin based on this pump, and dialing it in. And they, it's very difficult for a child to refuse or deny themselves the temptation of sneaking food and things like that, which is detrimental. So by the time they're adults, they've already done so much damage to their organs that you can't reverse that damage. So it's like it's a miracle. Not to mention diabetes, effects of the kidneys. That's most patients that have to go to dialysis centers. 60% or so, maybe even 70%, are diabetic patients. And and it's a routine. They have to go to dialysis 3 4 times a week. They have to sit in a chair for 3 to 4 to 5 hours at a time. And not to mention, a lot of these patients are missing limbs due to amputations, due to diabetes. Lifespans are shortened. I mean, this is huge. This is huge. And this research has already been done all the way to the point where everything's done. Yeah, everything's done. All they have to do now is the human trials. And that's where the science style comes in, because we can provide the funding to continue with these trials and start these human trials, and just be a part of something just bigger than a lot bigger than us. Obviously, I mean, it's so amazing. And that's just kind of a layman's terms explanation of what's going on. And we are super bullish. And we're not just bullish because of course you make money or whatever, but because it's more than that, way bigger than that, way bigger. Not to mention, I mean, I know I'm going on and on in this. This is amazing to me, but also they can take this same technology and they can go after they do type 1 diabetes. The next thing is they're going to go and treat type 2 diabetes in the same way. From there, they can go into thyroid. So diseases or disorders that affect the thyroid, they can also use the same technology to eradicate that. It's just amazing. So back to you, gamer.
I just also want to point out that the patents have already been done for this.
Yes.
So they
Yes.
they
Patents
own
all over the world.
they own this. Companies have already tried to buy this. But Doc and his team, instead of taking the money and cheating out, right? I mean, this is their baby, right? Like this is their project. They've put in hard work, blood, sweat, and tears and years of dedicated time to do this, right? And to find this cure. And they refuse to sell, right? And I commend just their morality on that, and not just going after the money on it. But I also want to kind of maybe dive into like the technicals of it. If you kind of know the technicals of it, like how does the treatment work? What exactly do they do? Like I know some of it, so I can try to fill in some blanks if you don't have it, or I'm pretty sure that you do, but I was listening very intently, and so I can do like a parrot and repeat it. I may repeat it wrong though, so I need you to kind of pay attention to what I'm saying, just in case I repeat it wrong. I don't want to misinform anybody on it, or if you got it, man, I'll let you take it from here.
No, I mean, I'm not as on the systems part of it. I don't want to make a mistake. You know what I mean? It's very technical. It's definitely has some the receptors for insulin. The that receive the insulin in the body are affected, and that from what I gather,
Yeah.
um, these receptors are available after the treatment, right? So I really can't
Oh,
explain it to maybe somebody else can explain it better than me.
I
So
had a bit of a question actually.
what's up,
If I
brother?
could quickly just ask Brashy a question. I mean, obviously, being a big Macca's fan, I want to make sure this is all good and I can continue away on my quarter pounders. Um, but just on the trials, I mean, was this like a first generation? They implanted this, that they humanized these mice in the first generation, and then they tried the trials from there, or did they see if there was time for it to transfer from generation to generation? For the longevity of the treatment.
So I don't know if you want to answer that one, Brash, but I got an understanding from him that there were multiple, uh uh what would they call them, like your base group, your to kind of make sure that the treatment is, or the humanized genes are actually doing what they're doing. And so they did multiple groups um without the treatment, uh to verify that the humanization of the genes actually worked. They had multiple different groups, multiple different studies on those different groups of mice, and there were, I mean, mice died. I mean, that's not funny, but um, like mice did die, and that honestly had to be the case to verify um everything that they had put into it, and to verify their research and their testing. And so once it was verified that these mice were without a doubt had these genes, then they did a treatment group, and that treatment group received these CAR T cells, and and I think it was, what was it, within a few days they were cured and their body was
2 to 3
producing insulin again.
correct, 2 to 3 days.
2 to 3 days in mice, and the bodies were producing insulin. Uh, their expectation for humans would be, it may be a couple of months before the treatment would fully restart the pancreas to producing insulin. From my understanding, but yeah, there was a control group. There was a test group, multiple test groups to verify, and then there was the treatment group. Does that answer?
That is correct. That
Okay.
is correct.
So
Thank you, man. Thank you.
yeah. So I'm gonna try to explain what was said to me. I hope I don't butcher it, and if I do, please, Doc, let me know so I can correct it, because I know you'll probably be listening to it at some point. Um, uh, so from my understanding, all right. So there's beta cells, right? Uh, in your pancreas, correct? Is that correct? I think that's correct. And there are T cells that, if I heard correctly, attack those beta cells that produce that insulin, right? Um, and what these CAR T cells, or these Tregs, do is they regulate those T cells uh, to function properly and to stop attacking. And that
Yes.
allows the beta cells to reproduce the insulin. Now, I could be completely wrong, but
The
it's
immune
something
system,
along
the
those
immune system
lines.
attacks. Yeah. The immune system attacks and destroys those beta cells. That's what happens in type 1 diabetes.
I personally, I feel fundamentally that people should hear the doc talking about this.
Man, I wish he was
You know,
here. Every time
the guy.
he's so freaking amazingly smart, and like, I mean, a lot of the stuff he talks about goes completely over my head. But I mean, I know that he knows what he's talking about, so I don't have to, because we got him and he knows.
Correct. I just know it from the nursing side. And my patients, and how tedious it is for the patients, and how stressful it is for the patients to always having to monitor their levels, and always having to give themselves injections, and also be able to gauge how much insulin they need, by how much they're looking to eat, right? And then also the corrective dose after they eat. It's a task in itself. So and also you have, unfortunately, like Dan said, you have people like Dan in the world whose behaviors are not conducive to having type 1 diabetes. And
Yeah.
because of those behaviors, his liver, I mean, his kidneys and such are being freaking destroyed. And then at some point, he might end up being in a dialysis center. which is not a fun time.
Yeah, yeah, I have
Thank you,
multiple
Brashy. I feel a
people
lot better now.
in that.
Hey,
You feel
hey,
better?
Dave. Can I just say, Dave, thanks, mate. I was feeling a little bit nervous, but the sound of your voice just
Doesn't it
instantly
just calm you?
soothes me and
Oh
calms me.
man.
So I'm feeling a
You're
lot better
feeling
now.
soothed, guys. You're feeling soothed.
Oh yeah,
Oh
oh
man.
yeah.
There's gonna be some people in this podcast that's gonna be getting pregnant tonight off of that. I guarantee
I'm
it.
sinking in my chair. I'm sinking in my chair.
But yeah, I think that this is honestly the most bullish thing that will ever come in probably all of crypto for a good long while. Like that's
And what's the link, gamer? What's the link between crypto and what's going on here exactly?
what's the link? So you
Yeah, how
mean
can
as
us in
far
the
as
crypto
far as
space?
how does crypto come into play for this?
Yeah, absolutely.
So
Like, how has this project ended up over here in crypto in Yasha? You know, like, why is it not getting funded by other reasons?
well,
Seems
there's a
right
lot
for
of
BBN, yeah.
regulations. There's a lot of regulations in the medical field, right? When it comes to getting funds for trials, for human trials. There's a lot of regulations that you have to go through, a lot of red tape that you have to do. Um, and with this being decentralized here, you know, those that red tape is literally, hey, we're going to present this to you guys. If you like it, we can move forward on it. You guys can put forth the seed funds for it to get these clinical trials done, and boom, we can go start on our human trials. You know that it's just that simple compared to how it is, you know, out there in the real world, right? And instead of in the crypto space, where we as a community get to make a decision on the projects that we want to come in, and we by that right get a right to what we want to put our money into. And so you have a collective group of people that say, hey, I really think this is an amazing idea. uh Let me throw some money at it. Let's see where this goes, you know. And so like with that, and knowing just how big this Inuyasha ecosystem is, um like I believe we're gonna be able to get the funding for this pretty quickly. And honestly, like when I asked how much the funding was gonna be to do this, because I did ask that question. Honestly, I expected an answer of, man, we're gonna probably need like $10 million or $15 million to do this. But I mean, they're gonna go very minimalist. They're gonna put the money just like it's not like a lot of projects where they're gonna take money and they're gonna put it over here and then they're gonna put it over there and they're gonna put it on stuff they don't like. They're going very minimalist. They will need anywhere from 1 to 1.5 million to bring this cure to full fruition, so that we can have that cure within the next 4 years is the timeline. And I know that may seem like a
I mean,
long
I think
time, but
that
it's really
just
not.
quickly though, I think that 1 million was just to sort of boost through the next stage of trials, right? I mean, and then from
This
there
is for human
it
trials.
can grow.
This is
Yeah,
to
yeah.
finish out human
So
trials.
us as so me as just a small time investor, you know, guys, my McDonald's chip bag is sometimes bigger than my crypto bag. But I mean, I can help fund this thing, right? I mean, me from my point of view, I can help put my money towards something that's going to go to change
Exactly.
lives. Yeah,
You
no
can
matter
put
how
your
big or
money
small.
towards something that's beneficial for the world, right? Like what more can you ask for than to one be able to invest in something that's going to change the world? Imagine all of these dialysis centers that they're I mean, it's not going to fully remove them, but they won't be as full as they are right now because a lot of that is from uh diabetes. You know, a lot of those people that are in there are there because of diabetes and the problems that it has brought on to their kidneys, as you stated earlier, Brash, the damage that it does to your organs, you know, just, you know, and the problem like with insulin is a lot of people use insulin incorrectly. A lot of people will go and eat whatever they want and then just correct it with insulin, right? And that causes problems. It causes huge problems within your body. And so being able to remove that and knowing that type 1 diabetes, I mean, there's nothing you can do to just stop yourself from getting it. It just happens, right? There's no amount of
So so
training
ba-
regimen or anything
so
you can do to stop
basically,
it.
yeah, so basically, it's going to probably solve a lot of problems in that area and definitely free up resources that
Yeah, and I
currently
mean,
being
and
used
and looking at it,
by ourselves.
being able to do type 2 diabetes as well, and then thyroid conditions as well. Like you're really
Right, yeah.
investing into something that's going to solve three problems. Like, yeah,
No, wait. All autoimmune diseases,
all autoimmune diseases. Excuse me. So I
lupus.
misspoke. So you're talking
Yeah,
about a
yeah.
wide range of things that this is going to be able to solve, um, and it's coming through crypto. Like there's we talk about people, we've had discussions about people that say, oh, crypto is just kind of a here and it's going to be gone soon thing. This is the future, and the things that are going to come through this, because these science projects, these scientific research projects and things that they're doing, they're gonna go away from these old ways, right? Of we have to go through X amount of years to try to get funding and all these red tape and all of that, and they're gonna start coming into crypto because they're gonna
They're
see.
essentially bringing medical research we're decentralizing medical research, right? I mean, it's
Hmm.
giving these options to fast track, life
Yep.
changing
Yeah.
projects.
How
Really,
freaking bullish is
Uh,
that, man?
And
Who's
so,
not
well,
going to want to get involved?
so
from
from the
what I'm understanding, guys, from what I'm understanding, us as man and woman on the street, we can get involved in funding scientific research and making it much quicker and bypassing a whole lot of red tape by getting involved with the science now and supporting the projects that's coming through. Is that
Yeah,
about it?
yeah, and
yeah.
bringing projects that would take 20 years before we would even be able to think about maybe having a cure for this, and they have all of this beginning clinical studies and trials done, and now they're ready to get into this research in this way, but they have to wait for funding, and then they have to wait for all this excess other red tape crap. There still will be some red tape. I mean, there's no way to not have red tape, right? Like that's just kind of what it is in this world. But it cuts out
Yeah,
that middleman, and it gives that power to the people of what they want, right? And what we want is we want
and
cures for these problems that people have, for these diseases that they have.
it's going to bypass all the bureaucracy, and
Yes,
it's just going to get straight into solving the problem.
exactly, and that's why I'm so extremely bullish about this. So extremely bullish about this
I mean, if,
project.
if this ecosystem if this ecosystem can, we can get up to a $200 million market cap on Cliff. Imagine what we can do to save lives, man.
Yeah, exactly.
So to look at it from the investment side of it, and Doc was speaking of this earlier. Me and Doc had spoken on the phone about this, and I told him, yeah, man. I was talking about how a lot of celebrities and things have type 1 diabetes, right? So the thing is that and the thing is that people think, well, it's going to be 4 years. Well, no. That's not how it works. As soon as 1 to 2 patients are cured, it will be leaked, right? That will be leaked, and everybody will know. So you see, it's not, the actual investment is going to start way earlier than when they're done with the trial,
Yeah,
way earlier. And
yeah.
as soon as this comes about, we got our shill army, and we're going to be shilling this just like we do it to
Like
people,
freaking crazy.
type 1 diabetes, celebrities, football players, I mean, even in the NFL, Jay Cutler. If anybody knows who Jay Cutler is, he was quarterback of the Bears, and he was type 1 diabetic. And every single broadcast that the Bears were on, they talked about his type 1 diabetes and how he had to manage it through the game, right? And how does he manage it and play, right? So, and he would discuss it, what he has to do. And that's big picture.
No, that's amazing, man. I mean, isn't this? I mean, why us? Why the crypto space? It makes sense. I just feel so blessed, man. To be honest, to be able to, I mean, essentially here we are leaking, world-changing information from our little clip after dark show. I mean, we're literally here saying we have found a cure for type 1 diabetes. All we need is this last bit of funding. Let's do this. Like that's bullish as, man.
Right, right. Where else are you finding something like this, man? Like it's extremely crazy. And if you're there and you're like, man, where do I get in on this, right? Like how do I get in on this? Well, you can go and you can check out Yasha Dow. You can go and look on there. They are preparing to launch, from my understanding, probably the beginning of March. They're planning to launch the Science Style, and this type 1 diabetes cure is one of the projects that is going to be on the agenda to get funded. One of the first few projects. In my opinion, I hope it's the first one. Just because I'm so bullish on it. Any of you guys that know my man Bearded Legend Gaming, he deals with type 1 diabetes. He's had it for 4 years, and the minute I heard about this, I just immediately got this like sense of joy, right? And because this could be something that could change his life, change the way in which he lives his life, and not have to have the worries that he has every single day with this. And at any point in time, his his body can start feeling this way or that way. Like he's had times where in front of me, I was freaking out. I didn't know what was going on. Like it's not a fun thing, and it's gonna change the lives of a lot of people, man. Like a lot of people, and those that are family, those that are friends of these people, it's gonna change their lives as well. Like this is what we're talking about. We're talking about something that is gonna change the world and the way in which we interact with it, and the way in which people are gonna be able to interact with it, and the life expectancy of these people, man. Like it's so freaking huge. I can't say that enough. This is
It's pretty
the
exciting
biggest
stuff,
thing I've
man.
ever found in crypto.
And but what we're sitting here saying what crypto can do for this project. I mean, think about what this project can do for crypto too, man. I mean, this is a brand new use case for cryptocurrency. Yeah, this is groundbreaking stuff.
For sure, man. I mean, this is this is gonna put crypto on the map more than anything, in my opinion, man. Like, yeah, we got the Superdome, or not the Superdome, but whatever the little arena for the Lakers is. We got this stuff going over here. We got all these exchanges that are putting their name out there in different ads and all of that, trying to do things. But then you have the Science Style that finds they through their program, they funded a cure for type 1 diabetes. That puts crypto
That's pretty
so
bullish, man. That's
mainstream
pretty bullish.
and
How does
in
that
the
make you
minds
feel,
of
Dave?
people. And it's gonna flip the mindset of, because a lot of people look at crypto as, oh, it's just gambling. It's just gambling. This is gonna flip the mindset of, wait a minute, no, this is investing. This is investing into the future of people. This is cutting the red tape and being able to invest in something that can produce life altering and life changing projects that can bring us to where we're really trying to get to as a society. And I think that's going to be one of the most bullish things ever for crypto, and in a whole, not just for the Science Style, but for crypto as a whole. And this project, I believe, is going to be leading the charge. I believe that without a shadow of a doubt, it's going to be leading the charge.
Does anybody else in the in the group have any experience with type 1 diabetes?
No, not myself. Um,
Yo,
I
Tom
have.
in the chat. What is up, Tom, brother? How you doing, man? Glad to see you in here, brother.
Tom.
Tom?
nice to see you, Tom. Tom,
Tom?
Tom,
Tom?
Tom. Are you there, Tom? Tom.
Yes, I'm here.
Tom!
Yay! We hear his voice.
Awesome.
We
My
were having
man,
Tom
how you
withdrawals,
doing?
man. We hadn't heard from him.
We got
Now
Alien
it
in the
feels
house
complete.
too, guys.
What's up?
We got a cliff
What's up?
update coming.
Alien in the
Cliff
chat.
after
How's it going,
Cliff
man?
after dark gang.
Yes, sir. We're live, Alien. You want to say hello to everybody?
Hello,
We're getting the big players
everybody.
in now.
We even have a Cliff after dark nickname. Who was that? Like,
Oh,
Oh
I see.
yeah,
I
see
see.
that. Cool.
So this is the new podcast, Alien. We're on our second episode now, mate. Being streamed out live on Twitch and YouTube and Facebook and all the socials, mate. So, and he moved and we lost him. That'll happen.
see, this is why I've been a little bit away from this voice chat. I just start off, for
Well, like you
So-
said, that will happen. That might happen.
We need
So
to
how's it going,
have
Tom?
somebody come strap you to a door with duct tape and give you your phone.
I don't. I stopped. By the way, I stopped using phones since 2 months ago.
Oh,
It's very liberating.
You sound very
I'll
Russian.
take your
I'm
word
kidding.
for it.
I'm
I'll
kidding.
take your word for
I'm
it.
kidding.
I can't get rid of my phone. I'll take your word for it.
I just like my phone. I had a phone malfunction. Okay, so I wanted to get another phone, but after 1 week of no phone, I found that something very positive. So I'm like I do have, for example, a landline. People can call me on, like if they want to talk to me.
They still exist.
Oh,
But
man,
the
very
Hey,
nice
alien,
ways.
alien. Can I ask you? Are you French? Are you French? Can I ask you?
All right,
Sorry.
so
Are you
you
French?
guys,
No, I do speak French though.
yeah.
Well,
Before we get
So
into
I don't
that,
know.
I'm gonna end. I'm gonna end
I'll
out
try-
our I'm gonna end out our Cliff After Dark tonight. Yeah, because we're about to get into it. I might restart another one. Just call it the Cam Show, and we're gonna just let it ride.
Ooh.
I didn't get to talk about Guzzler yet. Come on, guys. No,
we love you, Cam. We love you, Cam.
Yeah, we love you, brother.
So what updates has the Cliff team got, Alien? What have we got here, buddy? You got any updates for us? Anything fresh for the Cliff After Dark team?
Yeah, lots of things going on as usual. Like right now, we're looking into revamping the website, the whole project presentation. So we're like rebranding the project. That's one. Two, Red is shaping up to be a huge catalyst for the project. But also a lot of things are being worked on. So for example, we do have remember the whale group thing?
Oh yeah,
Yes,
yeah,
the
man.
Whale Group just recently started. Yeah.
Yeah, so because it has a lot of big stakeholders in the token, we're having there are a lot of in-depth conversations regarding Cliff and the plans for the future. So although, for example, in the public chat, we tend to not go much into details, like just speak about the big picture when it comes to project developments. But with the big stakeholders, we tend to go into the minute details of the future for Cliff. So that's to say that the team is still bullish as ever about Cliff. We're planning the rebound, and basically, yeah, it's just hard work, determination. Team is still super bullish, still working on the project full time. We are here to stay. So that's kind of a general update, but yeah. So we always work. So even for example, the new Yasha P World Peace token, I just knew about it, by the way. But yeah, for example, it will have 1% of its trading volume dedicated to cliff buys and burns. So there will be always catalysts. The cliff team per se is always working, and we always have a support from the ecosystem. So yeah, nothing but good news.
Awesome. Well, guys, I'm gonna go and in out our cliff after dark tonight. And we'll reconvene on tomorrow, I believe. And get another
Cliff
conversation
after
going.
dark. Yeah.
Thanks for the update there, Alien. Much appreciated, buddy.
Thanks, man.
Cool.
I heard that there's some developments with the sandbox game.
All right, guys. So we got some good updates on Cliff. I hope that you guys were very like you guys were able to understand what was talked about. It's very difficult to understand when you're not big into medical things like me, because I'm not big into medical things. So, but Doc, he explains it so well. Brash explains it so well. Like he's so knowledgeable about these types of things. I hope you guys found it informative. And if you guys are interested, make sure you go check out Yasha DAO. I believe their website is yashadao.io. I think they changed it. Let me make sure. So it hasn't been switched yet. That's the one that they're working on. But it is inuyasha.io. The Telegram is on there. You guys can go check that out, inuyasha.io. Go join the Telegram. Keep up to date on that information as we wait for the Scientific DAO Discord, as well as the Scientific DAO webpage, and all those things to be fully done. And yeah, I hope to see you guys there, man, as we prepare to change the world, man. Like that's really where this is headed. So I appreciate everybody that came in. If you like what you heard, let us know. If you disliked it, let us know. Whatever the case may be. And yeah, we're going to do this thing, man. We're gonna do this thing. We'll probably be back tomorrow. I think that Tom is probably gonna stream tomorrow. I'll have to verify with him to make sure, and I'll just let you guys know on my Twitter. NTC_gamer. If you are on there, actually let me make sure that's right, because I could be wrong actually. Yeah, it's NTC_gamer. So you can go there. I'll post a tweet. Then you guys know if we will be doing Cliff After Dark tomorrow. If not, if we don't do it over this weekend, then the next day will be on Tuesday. And we'll do Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday. So I appreciate you guys so much for being here. We're going to find someone really quick to raid out to. And then we're gonna call it a night, you guys. I appreciate you guys so freaking much. Yo, Cosdef is live. We're gonna go raid out to Cosdef. Awesome guy. As always, love you guys. Appreciate the love. Appreciate the support. Till we meet again. Peace.